have my reporter right there in front of those colonies. Sohail is right there to give us a sense, the pictures you can show us around. Sohail, what is the exact situation there? Are the gates still locked?
Yes, in fact, hearing more protests, the administration here in Kashmir, in fact, have imposed some sort of restrictions. In fact, we are right now in Patwara area of Srinagar. We will just show you the area. This is one of the lanes that connects this Shivpura and Patwara locality with the Jammu Kashmir Srinagar National Highway. In fact, we are on the highway, and right there, here on highway, yesterday these Kashmiri Pandits had held protests, blocked the highway for multiple hours. Now the authorities have imposed restrictions on the movement of these Kashmiri Pandits here. Police and CRPF remains deployed. Almost every other lane and street that connects this Shivpura and Patwara area with the national highway with Srinagar city has been blocked by police. In fact, media is not being allowed to go inside the area where these Kashmiri Pandits in fact have gathered inside the premises of Shiv temple. They are protesting there. They are demanding justice. Yesterday we have seen these Kashmiri Pandits had in fact put a 24 hours ultimatum before the authorities, asking them to decide on their demand within 24 hours. Otherwise there will be a mass migration. In the evening as well, we have seen many Kashmiri, in fact many Hindu employees who are posted here in Kashmir and working from last 7 years have written to their heads, administrative heads, asking them to permit them to leave Kashmir Valley. Because of that very reason, that the authorities were sensing that there will be more protests and some of the Kashmiris might leave Kashmir Valley. There in fact here have been these kind of restrictions imposed. We are also receiving similar reports from South Kashmir and North Kashmir as well. Police has in fact defended itself when these Kashmiri Pandits were protesting in Badgam, saying that terror organization could exploit this situation if Kashmiri Pandits come on road, and there is possibility that those groups might exploit this in fact the situation. So that was the version that Jammu and Kashmir police had in fact put out, but so far
in a way to block the protest, because we've been seeing protests that have been happening in multi-cities, especially in the valley, against the targeted killing of Kashmiri Pandits there. Ishan, I believe if the government is not allowing physical protests, there are other mode of protests that are also happening, with the Jammu division of the employees in Kashmir who are working in Kashmir are refusing to go to work.
Well, absolutely right. There's a larger fear among the minority community in Kashmir, particularly now the Jammu community who are working in Kashmir from several years since the latest start.
Just a bad audio connection with you. Pradeep, if you can take up that question, because there are other modes of protest that are also taking place. But Mr. Pandit had raised a point with Ravinder Rana, saying that he is the one who is in power. His administration is the one who is ruling Jammu and Kashmir, the union territory. Then exactly what are the measures being taken? Lip service is something that they do not want.
Amita, no doubt about that. In fact, that's the responsibility of the government to provide security to each and every citizen putting up in Kashmir Valley. And we have seen that over the period of time how these employees are being targeted. But then one has to understand also a bigger game plan. What is the bigger game plan? As we had been talking about that in early 90s also we saw that how these Pak-sponsored terrorists, they raised slogan of Nizam and Mustafa. They wanted to have an exclusivist agenda. They wanted one particular community only to reside there. That was the reason that 5 lakh Kashmiri Hindus had to leave their homes. And after a lot of efforts, when the government has able to bring back those employees in the form of employment they are putting up there for the last several years. Once again, Pakistan and Pak-sponsored terrorists, they are trying to generate fear. They are trying to target them. They are making them come out on streets. See, there are two things. One, absolutely nobody can stop employees from protesting. But what actually Suhail was rightly pointing out, that's what actually the government is saying, that there is every chance that the terrorists can exploit the situation. There is every chance they can take advantage of the situation, target these employees, that it will become really very difficult, because they will be like sitting down.